Well, good morning or good evening, depends on where you're tuning in from. It is the World Cup. It's New Zealand versus Egypt coming up, and we are here for the live watch along. My name's Lockie. If this is your first time checking out the channel, this is a place where we talk all about Australian football. We've got the Socceroos gear hanging up behind us. We were live a few days ago for USA versus Australia. Unfortunately for the Aussies, a 2-0 defeat. But we've been doing a bunch of live watch alongs throughout this tournament, and today we're watching Australia's neighbours, New Zealand, take on Egypt. This is set to be a really fascinating game, I think. You look at New Zealand last week in that 2-2 draw against Iran. We did a live watch along for that game as well. And they showed some really good signs in that game. New Zealand, they scored early, grabbing 2 goals in the end. Chris Wood and Elijah Just combining for both goals. And I think they showed us in that game that they have the ability to really challenge some top opponents at this tournament. Getting a 2-2 draw with Iran, probably considered an upset result, considering that Iran are ranked a whole lot higher than them in the rankings. And Egypt is going to be another tough test here for New Zealand. But you know what the exciting thing is here? With the result in the other game earlier today, in this group, the 2 other teams, Belgium and Iran, those 2 teams playing at a draw. Whoever wins this game today could go top of the group after match day 2, which is very, very exciting. Tangiers, welcome, mate. Says, "Come on, Kiwis!" And yeah, dude, I tell you what, we've got. I know we've got the Aussie gear up behind us, but I am rooting for New Zealand here. We want to see New Zealand do well. The All Whites in their second group stage game here. I mean, every time Australia plays New Zealand in any sport, it's always a very fiercely contested rivalry, of course. But here at this World Cup, New Zealand are one of the underdogs. I want to see him do well, man. I do want to see him do well. As Tangies has also mentioned, yeah, can't believe the draw against Belgium. It's quite astonishing. It's one of the big stories from today's World Cup action. The draw between Belgium and Iran. It's causing a whole lot of chaos in this group. That is for sure. And again, whoever wins this game will go top of this group, which is incredible. So, well, actually, not only that, I was taking a look at the current group standings. So the New Zealand and Egypt, they are alongside Iran and Belgium in Group G. If New Zealand were to draw this game with Egypt 1-1, if I'm not mistaken, a 1-1 draw or a 2-2 draw, 3-3 draw, whatever, as long as New Zealand, score. If it's a scoreless draw, I think they won't be able to jump to top. But a 1-1 draw at least would take New Zealand top of the group on goals for, because everyone so far in Group G has just been draws everywhere so far. Even if New Zealand get a 1-1 draw, they will be top of the group after match day 2, which will give them a huge advantage heading into the final match day. Is there a reality where New Zealand top this group? I mean, it was phenomenal thinking about that 2010 World Cup in South Africa, where New Zealand, they went undefeated through the group stage. 3 consecutive draws it was, though, in the end for New Zealand, unfortunately not making out of the group stage. But they were undefeated. And so far, it's an undefeated start at this World Cup for New Zealand. Can they finally get their first World Cup win today? Look, it's a big task, because we know Egypt are a quality side with some quality players. Let's talk about the lineups now and highlight some danger players for both sides. We will start talking about Egypt. Mo Salah is obviously the player that we're all keeping an eye on, the number 10 for Egypt, where he's wearing the captain's armband, of course, for his nation. Marmoush as well, the striker for Manchester City. He is expected to lead the line as well. Keep an eye on Mustafa Ziko on that right wing. He could be providing a threat in the wide areas as well. So there's a lot of attacking threat, especially for Egypt. It really feels like that is one of their strengths. Tangiers asks, who is Egypt's best Egyptian best other than Salah? I probably would say Marmoush. I mean, the fact that he's playing at Manchester City is a pretty good indication of his quality. I do rate Marmoush. He's an exciting player. Not necessarily like one of those tall sort of strikers that are going to hold up the ball and bring other players in. His best abilities are his pace, his finishing ability, and he could prove to be a real tricky handful for New Zealand's defenders today. So keep an eye on Omar Marmoush there. Him and Salah could really combine to unlock New Zealand today. But for New Zealand, it's looking like a very, once again, a consistent lineup for them. It's Macau, Justin Singh playing in behind Chris Wood. That attack did look good in that game against Iran last week for New Zealand. Tim Payne, of course, the viral sensation of this World Cup. He is starting a right back alongside Finn Sermon, Michael Boxall and Liberato Kakache in that back line. Max Crocombe in goals for New Zealand. It's Joe Bell and Marco Stamenic in the heart of midfield. And look, I was last week in that match against Iran for New Zealand, I was actually really impressed with their play. And on another day, they could have won that game. They had some good opportunities, New Zealand, and especially in the first half, they were seemingly the better side, I thought, for large passages of that first half last week. So it's going to be interesting to see how New Zealand start this game here. Do they go for that fast start once again? And Egypt, I mean, are they going to dominate early on here as well? I mean, they've got there is the potential here in this game that New Zealand are having to do a lot of defending, sitting back, and Egypt controlling a lot of the ball. Tanjit also says Sarpreet had an average first game. Hope he shows the world his best. Yeah, probably not his best game. Sarpreet Singh had a couple opportunities that unfortunately he missed, and he is a talented player, playing as that number 10 for Wellington Phoenix. He's a very technical player, Sarpreet Singh, playing his club football at the moment with Wellington Phoenix, but has experience overseas. Been playing played in Europe for a number of years. So could he be one of the key players for New Zealand today? As we speak, the teams are out onto the field, set to sing their national anthems. And this game being played, I believe it's being played in Vancouver, isn't it? BC Place in Vancouver, which not the first time we've done a live watch along here for a game that took place in Vancouver. Of course, we were live for Australia versus Turkey, which took place in this very stadium. But it's all about Australia's neighbours today in New Zealand. We are rooting for them today. We are backing the All Whites in their all white kit. Egypt in that red and black strip. Packed stadium, of course, as well. Yes, I did see that. It's big news, isn't it? Tim Payne to Paraguay. Huge news. It's just remarkable seeing. I mean, just obviously we're all still pretty blown away by how Tim Payne has just taken over the world. He's just going from 4,000 Instagram followers to, let's check it now, folks. Actually, I think last week, from memory, last week it was like 5.2 million or 5.7, something like that. Let's have a live check of Tim Payne's Instagram followers, because I wonder if it's heading close to 6 million at this rate, which is just insane. Tim Payne's current Instagram followers, 5.9 million. 5.9 million. So he is closing in on 6 million followers. A few weeks ago, he had 4,000 followers playing his club football at Wellington Phoenix in the A-League men's competition. But yeah, he has secured this move to a club in Paraguay. Unbelievable. His life has been turned upside down, man. I mean, what a story it is. It's incredible. So, the national anthem of New Zealand currently being sung by players, by fans in the stadium. There seems to be, now this is interesting, I mean, there seems to be like a lot of red shirts in the crowd. I am seeing a lot of white shirts as well. It feels like it's majority red. So I wonder which nation would have more fans in this stadium in Vancouver. I am seeing a lot of red shirts, so maybe it's Egypt. But to be fair, I mean, when you see the games played in Mexico, you see a lot of green shirts in the stands. There's like a lot of Mexico jerseys in the stands. So who knows? Maybe they're Canadian fans as well. But I'm sure both nations have plenty of fans in the stadium for this one. Thanks for joining us today. It is a very comfortable kickoff time here on the east coast of Australia, heading towards 11 o'clock in the morning. And this game being played over in Vancouver, Canada. So for New Zealand, obviously Chris Wood is always going to be in the spotlight for them. He was very, very impressive in game one. He didn't get on the score sheet, but he provided 2 assists. He was very, very good with his build-up play, Chris Wood. And that's what makes him such a good striker, is that he's not just that guy who's there to tap in the goals or to just that target man. He will get involved in the build-up play. He will provide a bit of threat going forward and combine with his other attackers, as he did in that game in Iran last week. So expect Chris Wood to have an influence on this game if New Zealand are going to get a result out of it. And Elijah Just, two really nicely taken goals last week as well. Playing on the wing, Elijah Just, keep an eye on him today. Number 11 for New Zealand. Plays his club football in Scotland with Motherwell. Kickoff is not too far away. National anthem. Dude, I love the... It's quite spectacular, the pre-match ceremony, the giant flags. These are like the biggest flags I've ever seen. They take up like almost each half of the field. Just the entire flag. It's incredible. So Egypt currently singing the national anthem. G'day, Simon. Welcome to the live stream, mate. Ravenous Aardvark. Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you here. Says, Ravenous Aardvark says, definitely getting ahead of myself. But Australia would play New Zealand if both finish second in the group. So rooting for that to happen. Yes, we should talk about that. So yes, as we know, the second place team from Group D plays the second place team from Group G. And New Zealand, if New Zealand get a 1-1 draw in this game or win, they go top of the group. But some big games coming up in match day 3. Obviously, we know Belgium, they've had 2 draws so far. There is a genuine chance that Australia play New Zealand in the round of 32. That would be incredible. That would be incredible, dude. I kind of want it to happen. Just because unreal, man. We know Australia and New Zealand have a massive rivalry. And if Australia and New Zealand were to meet in the round of 32, which could actually happen, it would be one of, if not the biggest, I don't know if some sport fans want to jump in the live chat here, it would arguably be the biggest sporting event in any sport between Australia and New Zealand ever. In a World Cup knockout stage, Australia and New Zealand, it would be huge. It would be huge. The entire nations of Australia and New Zealand would stop to watch that game. It would just be incredible. But and what an opportunity it is for both, if they do meet in round 32, what an opportunity for both teams to win their first knockout stage game. New Zealand have never even won a game in a World Cup, so we'll see if they can do that today in New Zealand. Alrighty, kickoff is not too far away, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for joining us here. Hit the like button, support the channel. We've been doing a number of live watch-alongs throughout this World Cup tournament. The national anthems have been sung. Kickoff about to get underway. Even though I've got the Aussie gear hanging up behind us today, we are rooting for our neighbours in New Zealand. I want to see them do well. They certainly are underdogs in their group. They're underdogs at this tournament. No one is really expecting them to have much of a run at this competition, but who knows, man? Who knows? They do have quality players in their team. So, huge opportunity for New Zealand today. But I know they have a very difficult test coming up against the likes of Mo Salah and Egypt. Tangier says, gives me the chills. Coming out to Roa, do us proud. That's right, Simon. Yes, there's soccer rashes in the round of 32. I forgot that we refer to it as that. Tangier's also said a moment ago, I don't want Australia to play New Zealand because they don't know who I would go for. I'm a Kiwi in Aussie. Oh, there you go. That would certainly be a difficult one. Australia did play New Zealand. They played in a 2-match friendly series last year. Australia winning both games. Tangier says me when the commentator tries to say Kakache. How is he pronouncing it? I'm not listening to the audio, so Kakache. To be fair, I guess looking at the letters in it, I could see how someone might Kakase or something. I don't know. Kakache, yeah. It's the pronunciation is obviously maybe not necessarily how it looks, how it's spelt. And that's right, Tangier is that Wood Just combination. Chris Wood, Elijah Just. They provided 2 goals last week, just those 2. Tanju says it says Kakashi. Close. It's close, right? Kakashi. So Mo Salah, according to the pre-game lineup here, it's indicating that Mo Salah could be playing in that number 10 role, that attacking midfield position. We'll keep an eye on whether exactly he plays. We know Mo Salah for much of his career has played in a wide position. So we'll see how it shapes up here today, folks. Thanks for joining us here. Kickoff about to get underway. New Zealand, Egypt in Group G. Other game today in Group G. Belgium drawing with Iran. Another surprise result there, you're probably going to say. So who starts this game the strongest? Who can dominate the early passages of this contest as the countdown is on in Vancouver. Packed stadium. And we are finally underway. Very much looking forward to this game, man. New Zealand, what can they offer? They did really well to compete with Iran last week. And this test is just as difficult, if not more difficult. So, it looks like Mo Salah, he's playing that central role alongside, is that Marmoush through the middle? So for New Zealand, it's all about limiting the opportunities as they're going to have a chance here. McCowan's away down the right. This is a start here. A bright start for New Zealand. Oh, it's parried away. And it's lucky for Egypt that there wasn't an all-whites player loitering around in the box there, because that could have been tapped in. They're still on it here. Sarpreet Singh's going to win the throw. Bright start in the opening minute here for the all-whites. Welcome to the live stream, everyone. Thanks for hanging out with us today, wherever you're tuning in from across the globe. It's always great to see the viewers joining in from all across the place. So feel free to jump in the live chat. Let us know where you are watching from. I'm broadcasting here from the east coast of Australia, where it's a very comfortable 11 o'clock in the morning. G'day, Tan Lee. Hope you're doing well this morning. Says, hey, Lockie, this group will decide our round of 32 opponents. That's right, Tan Lee. It's very, very fascinating, as we'll come back to that, because Egypt almost in behind through Marmoush, but rolls through to the keeper. Yeah, man, as we know, if Australia finish second, whoever finishes second in Group D will play the second place team in this group, Group G, and it could be New Zealand. It could be New Zealand. We'll see how their result goes today. But if New Zealand, they could go top of the group easily today, because the other game today, Belgium drawing with Iran. Even if you look at the I think on goals for, because the goal difference is looking so even, obviously because everyone's drawing. On goals for, Egypt, if Egypt and New Zealand here draw 1-1, New Zealand go top of the group, which is incredible to think that could be the scenario heading into the final match day. We know New Zealand have a massive test in their final group stage game as well. They take on Belgium, and then Egypt will be playing Iran. And then if Australia can indeed secure second place, which is a decent chance, Australia just need either a win or a draw against Paraguay in match day 3, and Australia will finish second. Then Australia will be playing the second place team from this group, which will be either Belgium, Iran, New Zealand, or Egypt. And yeah, out of all the groups, this is one of the tightest, because everyone's just drawing, man. It's just draws all around so far. So are we set for yet another draw here today? If New Zealand can get a draw against Egypt, they'll view that as a good result. I think that would be a good result. Egypt got a lot of quality in this team. And again, we were very impressed with how well I think New Zealand played against Iran last week. They really matched them in that game. Tan Lee also says, I don't want Belgium, even though they are on poor form. They still have quality players to hurt us. Yeah. I'm right with you, Tan Lee. I mean, if I would want to avoid Belgium. I know that, just 2 draws so far this tournament, which, they've been underwhelming. Man. I mean, Kevin De Bruyne, Romelu Lukaku. There's good players in this Belgium team. There's good players in all these teams, of course, but Belgium, the highest ranked team, would love to avoid them. Yeah. Steve, g'day Steve. Welcome once again. Good to see you tuning in for another live stream. Says, come on New Zealand, take back the pride of Asia, Oceania, back and win this, says Steve. We are rooting for New Zealand today, man. Even though we've got the green and gold up and behind us, we do want to see our friends in New Zealand do well at this tournament. So, early stages, New Zealand looked bright in the opening minute. They had a dangerous cross into the box. But since then, it's been pretty even, back and forth a little bit. And we were wondering whether Egypt were going to dominate the early stages of this game. They haven't done so just yet. But we know with the quality that Egypt have, man, 5 minutes in, it's 0-0. With the quality that Egypt have, they can just flick it on at any moment. Great to have you all joining us here for this live stream. Really, really appreciate it. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. And if we could avoid any spamming of messages in the live chat, that would be greatly appreciated so everyone can have a fair go and join in on the conversation. Thanks for joining us today, everyone. Hope you're doing well. Steve joining us once again. Coral says, rooting for New Zealand. G'day, Coral. Good to see you here. Here come Egypt. Shot from the edge of the box. Ooh, is there like a half appeals for a handball. Finn Sermon, it hit his body. If it hit his arm, it must have been down by his side, surely. Anyway, Egypt, a shot was blocked. Tim Payne's ball finds Sarpreet Singh. New Zealand playing this 4-2-3-1 formation. I like it. I think it suits the players they have. You've got Sarpreet Singh playing that central attacking midfield role and Justin McCowett. They're moving forward with pace here. Here's a chance for New Zealand down the left because it's Kakache who's going to cross for Singh. And Singh shoots! Oh! So close, dude! What a chance! Great fast break from New Zealand. Kakache away down the left. It was Chris Wood who released him. And Singh, he'll be disappointed that he hasn't found the target there. Shot from the edge of the box. It's wide of the target, but what a fantastic move from New Zealand. And it's reminiscent of what we saw last week against Iran. This New Zealand team are dangerous when they get forward, when they get a bit of momentum. Fantastic stuff. New Zealand do well to close down Mo Salah, who was breaking forward through the middle. Just for Bell. Oh, the ref, dude. Oh, dude, the ref just got in the way of the play. Completely accidental, but I mean, New Zealand were almost away once again there. Okie dokie. Steve also says Cape Verde versus Saudi Arabia will be enjoyable to watch after what happened today. Yeah, I was watching that game just before this game. Uruguay drawing 2-2 with Cape Verde, which is, again, Cape Verde. They have been one of the surprise teams of this tournament. I mean, they haven't won, but have arrived at this World Cup and they've got 2 draws already so far. Drawing against some good sides too. Drawing against Spain and Uruguay. And they're going to back themselves against Saudi Arabia, Cape Verde. They're a good chance of making it through the knockout stage, Cape Verde. What a story that would be. In what was already a very tough group there. Ravenous Aardvark says the second Cape Verde goal was a proper howler by the Uruguay keeper. Yeah, it was. They got it all wrong, and it was capitalised on by Cape Verde. Uruguay, I mean, for Uruguay, they'll be disappointed at the fact that they've got... It's actually a little bit worrying for Uruguay, isn't it? Because they've got 2 draws now heading into this final group stage game against Spain. Draws against Cape Verde and Saudi Arabia. And for Uruguay, they have to get a result against Spain. Uruguay have to get a result against Spain. Spain, they were impressive today. 4-0 victory over Saudi Arabia. And the other game today, Belgium drawing with Iran. Ooh, Tanley, good question. Who is your most underwhelming team so far? There's probably a few that spring to mind. The first one, I mean, our last live watch along we did about 24 hours ago here on the channel was Tunisia, Japan. I was expecting more from Tunisia at this World Cup. The 2 4-goal defeats, really disappointing for them, and they're out of the tournament. So they're up there. Turkey for sure as well. Turkey is probably the number one for most underwhelming team. I think everyone was expecting Turkey to be a dangerous team. I did my World Cup predictions video here on the channel a few weeks ago, prior to the tournament getting underway. I predicted Turkey to finish third in the group, but I still thought that the group was going to be really closely contested, and I thought Turkey was at least going to win a game or two. So yeah, man, Turkey being eliminated from the tournament after just 2 games, I don't think anyone saw that coming. Paraguay defeating Turkey the other day. Bit of space here for Egypt through the middle of the park. New Zealand with a defensive test on the way. Got a lot of players behind the ball, New Zealand. Just about everyone except Chris Wood. Chris Wood does like to stay in a pretty advanced position, even when New Zealand are defending. Some good ball movement and good runs being made by Egypt as we speak, as they are knocking the ball outside the penalty area. Switch of play, unable to be kept in, and Egypt unable to fashion a goal-scoring opportunity there. Ravenous Arvak says, only one flogging that Curacao copped. The rest of the smaller nations have held their own against bigger opponents. Yeah, and Curacao, who did they play yesterday? Why am I blanking on that? Curacao were much more impressive. That had that scoreless draw with Ecuador, wasn't it? Yeah, it was Ecuador. Yeah, I mean, Curacao, we know they suffered that heavy defeat to Germany, conceding, 7 goals to Germany match day 1? But yesterday, Curacao, considering they conceded 7 goals against Germany, the response to concede 0 goals against Ecuador was fantastic. And the headlines being stolen by Eloy Room. He was fantastic with, 15 saves. 15 saves in that game yesterday against Ecuador, earning Curacao their first point at a World Cup. And they're still alive. They're still alive in the tournament. Curacao could throw in a surprise for the final group stage game. Curacao will take on Côte d'Ivoire in their final group stage game. That'll be interesting. "12 minutes in, folks. It's 0-0 between New Zealand and Egypt. As Egypt, they're starting to get into sort of a good little flow of possession. Oh, they're in the box. Great chance for Egypt here. Bouncing around, and Macau it clears. And New Zealand have got players advanced up the field here. They could go on the counter-attack. Good defensive challenge, and it breaks down for New Zealand. That was really interesting then. I mean, New Zealand, they had 3 players already on the halfway line ready for the counter-attack. So perhaps part of the game plan for New Zealand. They'll try and get some of their attacking players in those advanced positions so they can utilize that counter-attack. And New Zealand are back on the ball now in midfield. But for Egypt, a good little last 5 minutes or so where they're just starting to control a little bit more of the ball, but I don't think they've really had a shot on target just yet, Egypt. So I think New Zealand are up for this one once again. Coral a moment ago also saying that Ecuador is most disappointing for me. And yeah, Tangi's also earlier said most are predicting Turkey to come second in the group. They are out. Indeed, they are out. So here comes New Zealand in behind, and it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner coming up for New Zealand. Another dangerous attacking play there from the All Whites. There's a player for Egypt who's down. Viable Solutions, welcome to the live chat, my friend. Is Lockie an Irish name? I'm not sure. Is it? I don't think so. I do have heritage links to the UK, to the United Kingdom, so Scotland specifically. So I'm not sure about Irish. Maybe it is an Irish name. Viable Solution says it is. Okay, I'm learning new information here today. Tarnley, member of the channel here, joining us once again today, says, I want that Anzac/Ashes derby. It'd be great. Dude, the soccer Ashes in the round of 32. It is a chance. As the corner comes in. Oh, it's a goal! New Zealand score! Oh, what a start for the All Whites. Oh, my goodness. The set piece. Egypt asleep at the corner. A New Zealand lead. Oh, my goodness. Up the All Whites, says Tangiers. It's 1-0 indeed. Less than 15 minutes on the clock, and Finn Sermon, who plays his club football with Portland Timbers in the MLS, has risen highest. He is towering, a timber towering above the defenders. And Finn Sermon, a few years ago, he was playing his club football in the A-League with Wellington Phoenix. Bizarre defending from Egypt. Egypt completely mixed up in defence. And Finn Sermon, with the free header right in front of goal, has given New Zealand the lead. What a moment. Oh my goodness. Tangier says, I'm crying. Ravenous Aardvark loves it. Coral says, goal. Wow. G'day to 8SX in the live chat. As I am Iranian, I was rooting for a 0-0 draw, but as I was writing this, I saw the goal. Wow. It's just like what we saw in New Zealand's last game against Iran. An early goal, an early lead. Egypt stunned. New Zealand lead. It's 1-0. It's the big centre-back, Finn Sermon, with a fantastic leap and a brilliant header. And dude, New Zealand are here to compete. A lot of people writing them off. Not many people expecting them to get through to the knockouts. Well, it's a 2-2 draw with Iran last week, and they already lead against Egypt, man. This is a New Zealand team that cannot be underestimated. Oh, high boot. High boot on Singh, who's gone down holding his head. That's dangerous. It's a yellow card. It's a yellow card for Lashin. It was a really risky move there to go for the ball, because Sarpreet Singh was getting his head to it. Certainly a yellow card there. Mohamed Lashin, the number 17 for Egypt, picks up the first booking of the day, and Singh is just slowly getting back to his feet. Wow, what a start for New Zealand, folks. If you're just joining us, Finn Sermon scores the opening goal of the game for the All Whites. It was Tim Payne with the delivery too. I mean, I'm just bewildered by Egypt's defending there. How have Egypt not gotten up to contest that ball? Finn Sermon was seemingly just like able to waltz up and head that home. What a moment for New Zealand. They take the lead for the second consecutive game at this World Cup, man. It's quite something. The Dan 1000. Apologies for that, man. Who says my stream is ahead of yours. You can feel. We've got the game clock ticking down here. So if you guys want to sync up, this is the game clock's in line with what I'm watching here on my television. So if you guys want to pause the YouTube stream, maybe by a few seconds, link it up to the game you're watching as New Zealand come forward through just, and it's going to be deflected away for a throw-in in a good position, folks. What a start for the All Whites. They lead against Egypt, and they are hunting the top spot in this group. As it stands, New Zealand are top in this group. New Zealand are top of Group G. So far in Group G, draw. Earlier today, Belgium drawing with Iran. But right now, New Zealand have made a great start. Are they on the way to securing their first group stage win? Good save by the keeper. And shot on target from New Zealand from close range. 19 minutes in, and New Zealand, well, they are looking hungry. They want more here. They're getting into the box on a couple of occasions here, and pressure's relieved for Egypt. It's a free kick. Yellow card. Sarpreet Singh booked for that. Wow, okay, didn't see that coming. Egypt are suddenly away. This game is being played at a pretty intense pace. We're not getting a lot of time to breathe, folks. This has been action-packed. This has had the drama. Salah teeing up an opponent, and it's going to be a corner. Yes. So, New Zealand. I mean, we thought maybe they would drop back a little bit and defend this lead, but no. New Zealand. Well, looking like they're going to score a second for a moment there. But now they have to defend this corner. Egypt building from this set piece. Salah has it on the edge of the box in a wide position. Has to play it back from a teammate. And the ball comes in. And is it a goal kick? Is it a corner? It's a... Looks like it might be a corner. It is a corner. So it's another set piece on the way after 20 minutes of football. Tangiers, I agree, says, how was that a yellow, his first foul? Very bizarre. Sarpreet Singh, it didn't look like a particularly bad foul. I mean, the replays might be interesting. This corner decision has just been overturned. It's a goal kick. The Egyptian players are not happy. And New Zealand will get back on the ball. Wow, man. What a start to this game, folks. Great to see everyone joining us here. Tangiers, Steve, 8SX in the chat. Coral, Viable Solutions is here. The Dan 1000, great name. Thanks for joining us here. Great to see many familiar names in the live chat and some new faces as well. If this is your first time joining us, hello, my name's Lockie. The focus on this channel is football in Australia, the mighty Socceroos. You may be able to tell by the Australian merch hanging up behind us. We were live for Australia's game with USA a few days ago. Disappointing 2-0 loss for the Socceroos, but we're going to respond against Paraguay next week. I shouldn't say next week, it's in a few days' time. Paraguay, Australia. But I really appreciate you guys being here, man. You can hit the like button if you want to support the channel. You can also consider setting in a super chat or check out the memberships. We just recently launched memberships on the channel, which is pretty exciting. Members-only live streams, videos, a whole lot of exclusive content on the way. So, this game has been played at a frantic pace so far, but it is time for the first hydration break of the game. What do you guys make of this first half so far? It is New Zealand with a 1-goal lead, courtesy of Finn Sermon. Tim Payne, viral sensation Tim Payne with the assist. Beautiful. The corner delivery was perfect, wasn't it? He's going to be playing his club football in Paraguay now, Tim Payne. The delivery on that corner was sensational. And Finn Sermon, brilliant header. But alongside that, where was the defence for Egypt? It's quite bizarre how Finn Sermon, just free header in the box. You just can't afford to do that in a World Cup match. So, it's quite incredible. And dude, we should take a look at the group standings and, of course, confirm. New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen, are currently top of Group G. Who would have guessed it? So, as it stands, it's New Zealand top, followed by Iran, then Belgium, then Egypt. So, Egypt, with this result, will be bottom of the group. And even Belgium. A lot of people are expecting Belgium to top this group, considering they're the highest ranked team in this group. Belgium have two draws so far, man. It's getting a little bit worrying for Belgium. After just 2 draws, their place in the knockout stage is nowhere near secure. Okie dokie. We are in the midst of this hydration break, the first one of the game. So, New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. We were live yesterday as well. We watched Tunisia versus Japan. A very impressive 4-0 win for Japan. And we've already got a few live streams scheduled here on the channel. If you want to check out our live stream schedule for the next few days, you can check out the channel. We will be live tomorrow for Norway versus Senegal, and we will be live in 2 days' time for Colombia versus DR Congo. So a variety of matches on the way. And very excited to watch those games coming up. So join us for the next couple of days. We will be live. I can tell you now, folks, we were live so of course we are focusing on the Socceroos here at Lucky Talks Football, but we were doing live watch-alongs for the first 2 Socceroos games. I will not be live for Australia versus Paraguay this week, and the reason is because I'm heading to a live site to watch the game, and very much looking forward to that. So we're live for that. But I'll tell you what, there's a good chance we might be live for the Socceroos knockout stage game if we do indeed get through. Depending on what time it is, we'll see how the schedule lines up in regards to, obviously, where Australia finishes. There's a decent chance that Australia's game will be like early in the morning here in Australia, in which case we may well do a live stream. Anyway, so the hydration break has concluded. Back underway here in Vancouver. Egypt. Can this, after that drinks break, can this be a turning point for Egypt here? Can they respond? Can they get themselves back into this contest? New Zealand have looked good. Elijah Just into Chris Wood, who has it on the edge of the box here. Chance for New Zealand. It's a shot. Great block. Egypt's players just getting their bodies in the way. Oh, and great interception, because Marmoush was almost away on the counter-attack. But it was a delightful interception there by Sermon. Salah's on the ball. Forward down the left-hand side. Egypt are in the box. Marmoush. His shot is well saved and claimed by Crocombe in the end. Almost a bit of a mix-up between Crocombe and I think it might have been Kakache. Good effort from Marmoush. I'm surprised that Marmoush got that effort through, actually. There were like 4 players in front of him. Again, the pace of this game is just so intense. New Zealand are going all the way to the other end through Chris Wood. Joe Bell out to the left to find Liberato Kakache. Plays his club football with Wrexham in England's second tier, the Championship. Kakache's delivery to Wood. That's a header from Wood, but just unable to get any real meaningful contact on that. We know that's one of his best abilities is aerial prowess. Tangiers asks, is there a live site on the Central Coast? I don't believe so. So I'm hoping to maybe get to one of the ones in Sydney. It's been great scenes as well, seeing the scenes in Fed Square. I was like, maybe I should get down to Melbourne just for the live site, dude. Yeah, man. That even the other day, obviously for the USA game on the east coast of Australia, kickoff time was 5 o'clock in the morning. So many fans turning out at the live sites. It would have been a very, very cold and early start on Saturday morning in Australia for many fans. We were in this room a little bit warmer. Trying to stay warm at least, as we were doing the live watch along for that USA-Australia game a few days ago. Tangier says the Fed Square live site got filled up so quick, everyone got sent to Amy Park. Yeah, dude, I heard that. Like, it was just at capacity, and fair enough. It's become like such a famous thing now, hasn't it? The Fed Square live site. It's almost become like an iconic feature of Australian sport, especially when it comes to Australia featuring in the World Cup. What a start it has been for New Zealand. They lead 1-0 over Egypt. To be fair, a lot of people are probably predicting Egypt to win this contest. What are the rankings? What are the rankings, folks? Because that would be very interesting to see. Between these two, we know New Zealand are ranked quite low. New Zealand's ranking 85, according to FontMob, 85 is New Zealand's ranking. Egypt's 29. Wow. I mean, it can sometimes be a bit difficult comparing, the rankings. You've got two teams who play in different confederations. Obviously, New Zealand are sort of one of the giants in Oceania football. They're often right there at the end of qualifying. So, chance for Egypt to get themselves on the ball here. What can they create? Build up play from the halfway line. And for New Zealand, man, I mean, they've got this lead. They took the lead against Iran. In fact, they took the lead twice against Iran. And twice they conceded equalizes. So the question is, can New Zealand hold on here? For what would be the famous victory, their first ever World Cup victory. Steve says the World Cup made FIFA rankings look like a joke, says Steve in the live chat. Well, yeah, I mean, you can't trust, the rankings. I mean, it's just been quite incredible in regards to seeing so many lower ranked teams just match it with some of the best. Again, like even in match day 1, Cape Verde. What's Cape Verde's ranking? That would be pretty far down the rankings in regards to World Cup teams. They had a scoreless draw with Spain. It's incredible. Tangier says both Egypt and New Zealand have never won a game in the World Cup, ? I don't know about Egypt. I'm pretty sure New Zealand have never won a game in the World Cup. They haven't featured in many World Cups. Is that right? Have Egypt never won a game in a World Cup? I thought they would have. Someone let us know in the live chat, confirm that. Well, we do have eFib in the live chat says, fun fact, Egypt yet to win a game of the World Cup in their history. There we go. Okay, thanks for informing me, everyone in the live chat. There you go. So I didn't know that. I just assumed Egypt had won a game at the World Cup before. So this makes this game even more intense. You've got two teams looking for their first wins at the World Cup. Incredible. And it's looking good for New Zealand so far. After half an hour of football, New Zealand 1, Egypt 0. Egypt with a good spell of possession. Marmoush trying to wriggle through the defenders. Good clearance by Boxall. Chris Wood. Good chasing by Chris Wood. I think it's a good move by New Zealand to for Chris Wood not to necessarily drop back and do a whole lot of defending. Keep him up there. Keep him in that advanced position. So just to give Egypt something to worry about in defence. EFIB also highlighting, saying Egypt has a very poor history in World Cup games. EFIB also reckons this game will end 1-1. Still a long way to go. So yeah, there's plenty of an opportunity for Egypt to equalise. Bell for Payne. Payne for Wood, and Wood gets it out to Singh, who's on the right-hand side, who just unable to keep it in play there, Sarpreet Singh. Egypt building once more, and New Zealand, their defence. Look, for the most part against Iran, New Zealand's defence was actually pretty good, I thought. It was just those 2 goals that they conceded where maybe they could have done a little bit better. So, have they shown some improvements defensively? To be fair, I mean, Egypt have only had a few shots in this game so far, I think. Marmoush had a shot from outside the box that was well saved by Crocombe. That was probably Egypt's best chance so far. And it came from outside the penalty area. But as we speak, Egypt are having a really good spell of possession. And New Zealand, that's a terrible challenge from McCowitz. What is he thinking? That should be a yellow. I'm not sure what Callum McCowit's thinking there, because he's just slid in from behind, right on the edge of the box. It's a penalty. Sorry, no, it's not a penalty. It's a free kick. It's a free kick, excuse me. That's a ridiculous challenge from Macau. Like, even if you think you can win the ball, you don't make that challenge because you run the risk. From behind, it's a Callum Macau will be very disappointed with that. Very disappointed with that. New Zealand can't afford to do that. That's a very, very strange decision there from Callum Macau to make that challenge because he was just flying in from behind. It's a simple decision for the referee, an easy free kick and an easy yellow card, in my opinion. Tangier says he got the ball though. I'll have to see the replay again. It didn't look like to me that he got the ball, but maybe I'll have to see that replay again. The challenge looked very forceful though. So free kick here for Egypt. It probably suits a right-footed player. So Marmoush is over it. Salah's there as well, but this feels like Omar Marmoush, but this could be a good opportunity for him to curl one in. New Zealand have 5 players in the wall. It's going to be Marmoush. Oh, he's teeing it up for Salah. Just wide. Just wide in the end for Egypt. That was a nice little set play there from Egypt. It was shape. I was convinced that Marmoush was going to go for it, but he just rolled it along for Salah, tried to get it around the wall. Yeah, wasn't really near the target in the end, unfortunately, for Egypt. It was a wasted opportunity, Tangiers. It was a great free kick opportunity. Macau's got it on the attack here. New Zealand, Macau swings it in. And can New Zealand get themselves back in control? For the last 5 or 10 minutes, New Zealand have had to do a lot of defending. And they've defended pretty well so far. Egypt not really creating all that many clear-cut chances. And New Zealand are still looking threatening when they get forward, man. I mean, Egypt defensively trying to stay solid. And they're doing a good job overall, but there has been a couple times when they have been exposed. So we've got about 10 minutes remaining in this first half. And for New Zealand, the objective now simply has to be to hold on from here to the break. Just take this scoreline into half time, and it's a huge foundation for them to build on for this second half coming up. If they can hold on here, it is huge. Egypt always posing a threat when they break forward. New Zealand, though, they're doing such a good job of just when they move forward, man, they do look really dangerous, New Zealand. They've got, Macau and Justin in those wide positions, a lot of pace in those players. And their passing overall has been pretty good, New Zealand. Oh, here's a chance. Tim Payne. Here's a great chance. Tim Payne's going to feed it in for Wood. Chris Wood needs some support. And the whistle's been blown. It's an offside. Chris Wood must have been offside. What an opportunity. Just opened up for Payne, hey? So Egypt back on the ball, shifting it around the middle of the park, looking to break through this stubborn New Zealand defence, who for much of this first half have defended very admirably. But Egypt have to be wary of this counter-attack because New Zealand are winning it and they're just very eager to get forward. Sarpreet Singh's made a good run. Singh back for Elijah Just down the left. Kakache for Singh. Can they find Chris Wood? In towards Wood. Goalkeeper's done well there for Egypt. Tangiers says in the live chat, as Egypt get forward? Good defending from Sermon. Tangier says Wood hasn't had many chances yet. Hey, he's been relatively quiet. He's had a few moments. he is that target man, mostly for New Zealand. But he's getting involved in the build-up play here and there. But yeah, he hasn't really had any clear-cut opportunities. But it worked for New Zealand last week against Iran, where I think the opposition's defense really focused on Chris Wood because he is a good player. I mean, he plays club football with a Premier League side in Nottingham Forest. He is a good player, Chris Wood. He's a handful for defenders. He's tall, he's strong, and he's got good pace as well. Chris Wood, he's fast, and it almost feels like he sort of takes the spotlight, and that allows for the other attackers like seeing Justin McCoward to maybe have a little bit more space. Now, Chris Wood at times could draw like a couple defenders onto him, and it opens up the space, in other areas of the pitch. Egypt have a player down at the moment who seemingly going to require some treatment. Tangies also says loving Libby Kikachi's runs down the left. He's a fantastic fullback, isn't he? Wingback, if you want to refer to him as that. He is certainly capable of getting further up the pitch and providing some support in an attack. So with less than 5 minutes of regulation time at halftime, in the first half, before halftime, New Zealand with this 1-goal lead. Egypt are going to be forced into a substitution right here. So concerns for Egypt, as they're having to make a substitution here shortly before halftime. Centre back as well coming off for Egypt. Wasn't quite clear where the injury took place or what's going on there, but they've had to make an alteration here, Egypt, late on in the first half. Finn's Sermon's goal separates the sides at this stage, 1-0. Thanks for joining us here today, everyone. Really appreciate it. Can New Zealand hold on till half-time? That is the objective now for the All Whites. They've done a really good job so far in this first half. They've been very impressive. As I was saying before this game, we were live for New Zealand's first game as well against Iran, and I thought they were good in that game as well, and they've been just as good in this one, if not better. But Egypt have won a free kick in a good position. Tim Payne wrestling with the attacker. And free kick in a good position on the way for Egypt. So, I tell you what, the stats are going to look interesting. We'll have a look at the stats at halftime because it feels like it might be pretty even. I think Egypt would have more possession and probably a few more shots in the end. Free kick is floated in, and Elijah Just is going to poke it away. And how many games have we seen like this in the World Cup so far where it is just a narrow lead and you got one team really pushing to get themselves back into it, but the team defending the lead just manages to hold on. So far, New Zealand are doing a really good job of holding on. An early goal for Finn Sermon after just 15 minutes. And New Zealand are in front in the latter stages of this first half, but are fully focused on this defending. Ooh, it's a free kick. Marmoush going down a little bit sore here. Joe Bell committing the foul. And yet again, a free kick in a good position here for Egypt. So, this is getting really risky now for New Zealand. It was Joe Bell who was committing the foul on Marmoush. And Steve, you're spot on there, Steve, who says good first half by New Zealand so far, and a bad one for Egypt. Egypt will be disappointed with this first half. The free kick there, that they tried a little set play, it seems, but it came unstuck. New Zealand cleared away once more. Only moments remaining. How much injury time will we have? That did have to make that substitution. We may well have a few minutes added on at least at the end of this first half. Well done, New Zealand, defending well so far. I think it's especially impressive from New Zealand considering that against Iran, we saw them concede 2 equalizes. 4 minutes added on at the end of this first half. Egypt striding forward with a bit of pace now down the right, as a low cross is cleared away by Stamenic. And that's the thing, from memory against Iran, the halftime score was 1-1, wasn't it? New Zealand scored first, but Iran equalised. And it was 1-1 at the break. So, if New Zealand can hold on to a 1-goal lead at the break here in this game, it would be huge. But, oh my gosh, what a chance. Oh, what a chance. Ashur in the box for Egypt. So close. That was a great delivery. That was probably Egypt's best chance of the game, right in front of the penalty area. In the penalty area, right in front of the goal. Finn Sermon was stretching to try and get to it, to clear it away, and Ashur just unable to direct it goalwards. It's been a really, really impressive game so far from a New Zealand point of view, and Egypt are just needing a little bit more quality. Four minutes added on at the end of this first half. Stick around at halftime. We'd love to get your thoughts on this game. And if you've got any questions or any comments you'd like to make, jump into the live chat, join the conversation. Down the left come Egypt once more. Looking for an avenue forward. New Zealand are just doing a really good job of just covering the spaces, getting numbers back. Even their attacking players are getting back to help out. Everyone except Chris Wood. Chris Wood is, again, just staying furthest forward as that outlet. And 2 minutes of injury time played. 2 minutes remain. New Zealand so close to taking a lead into half-time at this World Cup game, which would be huge. The Manuel, good to see you here as well, man. Welcome. They're almost there, New Zealand, at the halftime break. It's been a really competitive first half. It has been an entertaining first half. The pace of the game, especially for the first half an hour or so, was really intense. It's balanced out a little bit. Now it's slowed down a little bit, and Egypt are certainly having a lot more of the possession, looking to get themselves back into this contest. Less than a minute to go in the first half. They've been great, man. The energy from New Zealand has been noticeably stood out as something really impressive from them this game so far. They've just worked so hard for each other. Substitutions are going to be crucial for New Zealand in the second half as well. I mean, can they maintain this for 90 minutes? They've done it for 45 plus now. There's a huge 45 on the way. And for New Zealand, they can't afford to just sit on this 1-goal lead. They may need more. We know Egypt have the quality to bounce back. It's half-time. It's New Zealand who lead Egypt 1-0. What a story that is developing here in this game. We've seen plenty of upsets, and I tell you what, if New Zealand were to win here, I think it could certainly be considered yet another upset at this tournament. Man, it's been a very, very good performance for New Zealand so far. They lead 1-0 courtesy of Finn Sermon. Simon, who's joining us today, Simon says, happy, still nervous. Yeah, it will be a nervy 45 minutes coming up for New Zealand. But if they can just get that second goal, funnily enough, this game is being played in BC Place in Vancouver, which is the same place where Australia defeated Turkey. And in that game, Australia had that 1-goal lead at halftime. So it almost feels like a similar scenario to Australia's game against Turkey. And of course, as we know, the Socceroos went on to score a second goal in the second half there. So maybe this will pan out in the same way for New Zealand. Tangiers wants to see that win for New Zealand as well. It's been very, very impressive so far. Let's take a look at the stats. As we know, New Zealand currently lead this group now. This win will take them top of the group. Looking at the stats, so this is going to be interesting. So Egypt with 57% possession, New Zealand was 43%. These stats come from FontMob. Wow, New Zealand have had more shots. New Zealand 7 shots, 3 on target. Egypt 6 shots, just 1 on target. Interestingly, Egypt have had 13 touches in the opponent's box. New Zealand just 5. Just 5. Pass accuracy is looking a little bit better for Egypt compared to New Zealand. Fouls committed. I'll tell you what, this is interesting. Fouls committed. New Zealand have committed 9 fouls. Egypt have just committed 2. But I think the big surprising one is probably shots. New Zealand, in fact, having more shots at goal than Egypt in that first half. And again, possession. I mean, 57% for Egypt. It's not like a massive advantage in possession there as well. Tangier says, time for brekkie. Halftime brekkie time. Love it. Thanks for joining us, everyone, wherever you're tuning in from across the world. Whether it's morning, early morning, late night, middle of the day. It's heading towards midday here on the east coast of Australia. So very much enjoying the more comfortable kickoff times at this tournament. Steve says, if New Zealand wins, they are in a good position to go through. And for Egypt, it will be hard for them. Yeah, that's the other thing, of course. Not only does it give New Zealand a huge opportunity to go through to the knockout stage, but on top of that, they could well top the group, which is incredible. And I mean, that would just be absolutely phenomenal, because that would then mean that they would play a team that finishes third. And New Zealand, I mean, we shouldn't forget they've got Belgium in their final group stage game, which is going to be tough. Belgium, the highest ranked team in this group, Group G. But with the way that the teams are playing, man, if New Zealand can hold on here for a win we don't want to get too carried away, but if New Zealand can hold on for the 3 points, New Zealand are going to back themselves to get a result against Belgium. And a draw would be enough. A draw would be enough against Belgium to secure the knockout round, and it probably will. Well, mathematically, it wouldn't necessarily secure their place as the top team in the group. I mean, Iran could even finish top of the group if they beat Egypt in the final match day. There's so many. Thinking through all the scenarios, it is quite incredible. So yeah, man. And that's right, as the manual says, yes, second in this group will most likely be the Socceroos. Yeah, of course, we are looking ahead to that as well. As we know, the second place team in Group D plays the second place team in Group G. This one here. So Socceroos just need a win or a draw against Paraguay to secure second place in Group D. And then they'll play the team who finishes second in this group, which at this stage is Iran. It could be New Zealand, but New Zealand may even finish top. It could be Belgium. I don't know about you guys. As an Australian fan, I would want to avoid Belgium. It could still be Egypt as well, though, of course. So there's still so much to play for in Group G, that's for sure. Tell you what, the simultaneous kickoff next week, specifically for Group G, this group is going to be very interesting to watch. That is for sure. Exclusive 98 joining us once again here. Thanks for joining us again, man. Says watching at work, very stressful game. Says 9 p.m. here in Dallas. Exclusive 98. Thanks for jumping in the live chat. Good to see you here once again. The manual says Iran or Belgium or New Zealand could top this group. Yeah, it's still very open. But again, at this stage, New Zealand top of the group with 4 points. Iran on 2 points, Belgium on 2 points, and Egypt, as it stands, just on 1 point, bottom of the group. Yeah, but I mean, even if Egypt lose this game, they can still, a win could still see them get to the knockout stage. Yeah, they've got Iran in the next match day. So yeah, I tell you what, folks, even if this game ends 1-1, New Zealand is still top of the group because everyone would have just draws everywhere, and New Zealand would be ahead on goals for, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because they would have had 3 goals because New Zealand have scored 3 goals in this tournament already. That's the most of anyone in this group so far. So even a draw from this stage, and New Zealand at top of the group, it is phenomenal. So a win gives them a huge advantage, but even a draw in their top of the group. So New Zealand are absolutely flying right now, man. They are proving to be one of the surprises of this tournament. Incredible. Sketchy Film says, as a Phoenix fan, Sermon is our guy. Yeah, man, I mentioned it when he scored the goal. I was like, he used to play his club football in the A-League with Wellington Phoenix. As we know, Finn Sermon now playing his football in the MLS with Portland Timbers, but it was a fantastic goal for Finn Sermon. That's right, Manuel says avoiding Belgium is the best case scenario. Manuel also does highlight that Belgium has been very poor this tournament. They've been underwhelming. I think 2 draws so far. Is underwhelming for a Belgium side who I think were expected by many to top this group. You look at the quality they have in their side. You would have expected them to at least to have gotten a win, even just 1 win so far. But it's the World Cup for you, man. Anything can happen, and there's been some really good football played by a whole lot of teams. Egypt level with Belgium in matchday 1, that draw. And then earlier today, Belgium. A draw with Iran. So yeah, man, that scoreless draw today, wasn't it, with Iran? It's going to make, from a neutral point of view, Group G is just going to be incredible to watch in the final match day, man, because it could just look in, there's so many different ways it could finish. Anyone can finish anywhere almost. But if this result stays, if New Zealand can get the first win of this group, they're going to have a huge opportunity to top the group, which is just incredible. I don't think anyone expected New Zealand to be potentially top of this group. Incredible. So it's a big 45 minutes on the way. And the question is now, can New Zealand hold on for 45 minutes plus of football? Thanks for joining us for this live stream, everyone. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Support the channel. Yeah, man, they're showing the stats on the broadcast right now. It is quite incredible. I felt like that Egypt maybe had more shots in the end in that first half. 7-6, man. 6-7. And Egypt just 6 out of their 6 shots, just with the 1 on target. Just the 1 on target. So Egypt clearly need just a little bit more quality on the ball. They can get that. They have quality. They can get it from the likes of Salah and Marmoush. And they've both looked good. Marmoush had a good shot from outside the box, which was on target. Well, that was the only shot on target in the whole first half for Egypt. So Egypt had to try and find a way to improve in attack a little bit in the second half. So, Toby the Homie. Welcome, Toby the Homie. Great name. Toby the Homie says, at this point, New Zealand will win the World Cup with Tim Payne. Can Tim Payne lead New Zealand to the ultimate prize, to the trophy itself? Well, dude, at this rate, it is. You know what's crazy? Like, New Zealand are now, if they can hold on here, New Zealand are a great chance to top the group. And then from there, I tell you what, let's actually check. I'm not sponsored in any way, but I use FontMob to track scores and stuff. I don't know, some of you guys might use FontMob. They have like the as it stands, like knockout matches, like in regards to where the standings are now. If New Zealand top this group, they are playing Czechia in the round of 32, which they will probably view as a winnable game. I mean, Czechia, they've got good players in their team. But Czechia are currently third in Group A. As it stands, New Zealand are set to play Czechia. New Zealand could win that game. I could see them winning that game. And then, according to the bracket at this stage, as it stands, the New Zealand, if they get through from the round of 32, could play one of either USA or Ecuador, which is tough. Both teams would be tough, I think, for New Zealand. But still, I mean, there's like a legitimate chance that New Zealand, if they top this group, they could get through to the round of 16. But of course, especially once you get to the round of 16, every match is going to be tough. Every match is going to be tough from there. Round of 32 is, of course, going to be tough, but especially round of 16, there's going to be some huge matchups. Michael G, thanks for jumping into the live chat, man. Hope you're doing well. No pain, no gain. That's right, Tangiers. Sorry, Sketchy Film. Missed your comment a moment ago. Sketchy Film says, if New Zealand can get a result against Belgium and New Zealand play Australia, who wins considering both sides form against Turkey and Belgium? I mean, I've got green and gold up and behind me. I'm backing Australia to get the win against New Zealand. I have to, of course. Australia did play New Zealand in a two-match friendly series last year. Two very competitive matches, but Australia winning both games. I really rate this New Zealand side very highly. I think they've got some top players. But overall, I think Australia's squad is better than New Zealand's. I don't think that's me being biased. I think Australia's squad is better than New Zealand's. Again, no shade against New Zealand. They've got a fantastic team with some fantastic players, and they deserve to be in the lead here. But if Australia meet New Zealand in the round of 32, Australia, I think, should be favourites. I think Australia should be favourites in that game, which would be incredible. But I'll tell you what, if that is indeed the matchup, which is just, it could happen, which would be incredible. Australia, New Zealand in a knockout game of the World Cup. Incredible. I hope it happens, to be honest. If this does play out, New Zealand are going to back themselves. Like, New Zealand are going to be like, we're coming up against Australia. We can win this game. So New Zealand are going to be thinking the same thing. If New Zealand can get through, if they might finish second in the end, but for New Zealand, if it's Australia, New Zealand are going to be looking at that game being like, this is a winnable game, man. We're coming up against Australia. And Australia are going to be like, this is a winnable game, man. We're coming up against New Zealand. We beat them twice last year. I don't know, man. Either way, it's going to be one of the biggest sporting events between Australia and New Zealand in history if the two meet each other in the round of 32. Just how crazy would that be? Both teams with an opportunity to win their first ever knockout stage game in World Cup history. And it's Australia and New Zealand, the two neighbours. Tan Lee mentioned in the live chat. Thanks for highlighting this, Tan Lee. Australia haven't lost to New Zealand since 2004. Is that right? I didn't even know that. There you go. I mean, there you go, right? It's been, 22 years since New Zealand defeated Australia. So history is in favour of Australia. Utah Ute Stan, welcome, mate. Says, let's go Egypt. That's right, Tangies. Yeah. We shouldn't get too carried away. So settle down, Lockie. We still haven't won a World Cup game yet. Yeah, I mean, we're saying all this now and we're coming up with all these like predictions and what could happen, and we're getting a bit carried away, aren't we? Because it's there's still 45 minutes plus of football to go. Second half about to get underway. Can New Zealand hold on for what would be a famous, famous victory in New Zealand sport. So both teams are back onto the field of play, preparing for the second half in Vancouver. Full stadium. Again, I mean, I'm seeing majority red shirts in the stands, which may well suggest that there's a lot of Egypt fans in the stadium. But, I mean, this game's being played in Canada, so there could be a lot of Canada jerseys in there as well. As Tangi says as well, it's all good. I like the hype around New Zealand football. It's been a while since 2010. It's great to see them. It's great to see New Zealand back in the World Cup here. That's for sure. Tangi also says, aren't the seats red too? Oh, you're right, aren't you? They are red, aren't they? Well, red and grey. I can see some that are like grey. But yeah, they're like red and sort of grey, aren't they? Dotted around. So you may be right. But regardless, the stadium's probably near capacity, of course. Okie dokie. Adstar. Welcome to the live chat, Adstar. Hope you're doing well, man. Adstar says, trying to hold on to a 1-goal lead is the wrong tactic. They need to score again before trying to hold on to a 2-goal lead. I actually agree. Yes. I think scoring a second is going to be very, very important here for New Zealand, because especially with the quality that Egypt have, as the second half gets underway here, with the quality that Egypt have in their side, Salah, Marmoush, like these quality players can just score in an instant. It completely turns the game on its head. New Zealand probably can't afford just to sit on this 1-goal lead. You're right. They need another. And they've been very impressive. This first half, they had more shots than Egypt in the end. As Egypt are in the box, great chance. Crocombe with the stop, and it's cleared. 30 seconds in, and Egypt were very close here. The cross came in from the right-hand side, and it was Salah who was trying to direct it goalwards. Crocombe able to make the stop. But it was a dangerous moment there. Egypt making a bright start to this second half. They've got it on the left now. Ashore on the ball on that left side. Brings it short, and the cross is floated in. Can't find a teammate. But this is a very bright start for New Zealand. For Egypt, in the second half. Very bright start for Egypt, and they've won a free kick. It's McCowan again who's committed the foul. Callum McCowan has to be careful because he's already on a yellow card, as is Sarpreet Singh. And that might come into the thinking of head coach Darren Bazley for New Zealand in regards to his substitutions. You want to make sure you don't. The last thing you want is to go a man down at this stage as well. Exclusive 98 says that was a quick half time. We are back in action, man. And that free kick doesn't work out for Egypt. But we're only 2 minutes into the second half, and Egypt are already looking pretty good, eh? They're already looking like they've had a productive discussion at half time. Egypt, they picked up that 1-1 draw with Belgium last week, which was a good result for Egypt, I think, against a good Belgium team. And they were probably hopeful of getting a win here against New Zealand. They trail. Egypt, more than capable of really matching it with some of the top sides of this tournament. They matched it with Belgium last week, so they're a good side, Egypt. And I think they have more to show. Here. We haven't seen them at their best today. Got to try and get their attacking players on the ball a bit more in those dangerous positions. Marmoush is leading the line today. Salah's playing that number 10 position in behind Marmoush, and Zico off the right, Ashore off the left. I've seen a little bit of those guys in the wings, but just not enough for Egypt, as New Zealand would a free kick in their defensive half. Tangier says in the live chat, I think all 3 teams thought they'd get an easy win against New Zealand. To be fair, you're probably right, man. I mean, considering even just looking at the rankings, New Zealand, in the 80s in regards to the FIFA rankings, and all teams were probably looking at that New Zealand game as a game that they should win. No disrespect to New Zealand, but just off the rankings, that probably was the thinking for Iran, Belgium, and Egypt. But New Zealand have been so impressive. Draw with Iran. They currently lead Egypt. It's not done. Long way to go. And New Zealand are having to do a lot of defending early in this second half as they look to hold on to this lead. Shot from range trickles wide. Max Crocombe hasn't been tested all that much. Just the one shot on target so far for Egypt. So they're going to try and do a better job of testing New Zealand's goalkeeper in this second half. Crocombe goes long from the free kick. Good aerial duel won there by Egypt. They're away. Marmoush on the ball. It's a good block. It's Tim Payne. Tim Payne, 5.9 million followers on Instagram. Tim Payne with a good block there, denying Manchester City's Omar Marmoush. Tim Payne with another block, denying the cross. Good work by Payne. He's had a good game. I'll tell you what, Tim Payne's had a good game. Defensively, he's been very solid, and he provided the assist for the goal. Tim Payne, 5.9 million followers on Instagram, the viral sensation of this tournament. A right back for New Zealand. The assist for New Zealand's goal, and he's defending very well, but this cross is floated in this time. The All Whites get it away. Singh for Just. Staminic. Smart pass to the right-hand side, but Egypt can get themselves back on the ball. Good pressure from Egypt. Ashore. His pass is cut off. Can New Zealand get a little bit of control on the ball now? Because they haven't had much of it in the second half. That's a good release. One for Just to chase. Just has won this. This is on for New Zealand. Oh, that's a free kick. That's got to be... What? Just has just been ripped to the ground and there's no foul? Oh my goodness. I'd love to see the replays of that. Elijah Just was just wrestled to the turf and there's no free kick. In a great position as well. It should have been a yellow card. Not only should it have been a foul, it should have been a yellow card. Just was away. Anyway, Just is away. No, in fact, it's Kakache away again. Throw in. Wow. And I tell you what, I think it was Leshin. Leshin for Egypt who committed the foul. He's already on a yellow. Wow, dude. That's a big moment. That's a huge moment. Cross floated in for New Zealand. Oh my goodness, almost a second. Stunning save. Stunning save from Egypt's goalkeeper, because Callum McCowett with a brilliant run and brilliant flicked header. What a ball. It might have been Joe Bell with a pass and McCowett with an expert run and header. Forcing a really, really impressive save. Wow. So New Zealand, they scored from a corner in the first half. Tim Payne is going to deliver another corner here. Payne's in swing. A lot of players really close into the goalkeeper. The delivery is looking good. Headed away this time, but it's back in towards... Ooh, that should be looked at for a foul. Chris Wood's been bundled over. Referee not interested, but I'd love to see the replays of that. Chris Wood looked like he was completely pushed over. Some big moments in this game. Chris Wood is seemingly complaining to the referee. The replays here. Chris Wood, I mean, it looked like he was just completely pushed off the ball. Unless I'm just seeing it wrong. I don't know what you guys think. But I think New Zealand have been hard done by their couple decisions that just haven't gone their way. Egypt are all of a sudden in the box through Salah. Salah crosses, but it's a comfortable clearance for Sermon. Wow, dude. They still haven't shown the replays of that Chris Wood incident, but I'd love to see it again. It looked to me to be a foul in the box. Chris Wood went up for the ball, and it looked to me like he received a big push in the back. Tan Lee says these refs keep letting fouls play on. It seems to be a common theme. Hey, we're seeing it in many games where you expect the whistle to be blown and they just keep playing. Tangier says that would have been a Chris Wood penalty. We love a good pun. It would have been. Perhaps it should have been. So Egypt on the attack once more. Nice give and go. Oh, it comes in. Great chance for Zico. It's Sermon. What a block by Finn Sermon. That was a golden chance for New Zealand. It was Zico with the opportunity. Finn Sermon was in the right place, right time for the block. Great defending from the All Whites. This game has been played at such an intense pace. New Zealand have been really impressive. But they are having to do a lot of defending here, man. They really are. Because Egypt are chasing the equaliser. We're only 10 minutes into this second half. So much football still yet to be played, and really glad that you guys are joining us here for it. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. You can consider supporting the channel by sending in a super chat or jumping on our channel memberships. Just appreciate you guys being here, hanging out, jumping in the live chat to join the conversation. Great to have folks joining us from all around the world. Wood. Oh, that's a great flick on. Oh, goalkeeper came out really well there for Egypt. Because Chris Wood flicked it on for Singh, and all of a sudden, New Zealand were almost in behind again. Steve is asking the question in the live chat, why do you have the VAR ref when he's not doing his job? I mean, I'd love to see the replays of that Chris Wood incident. They still haven't shown us on the broadcast. Who knows? Maybe I'm seeing it wrong. It looked like Wood was just pushed open the box. He seemed convinced it was a penalty, Chris Wood. Anyway, the moment has come and gone. And Egypt are in front. On the attack, I should say. And they've got a corner. So, for Egypt, they are starting to look more likely. They had a great chance a moment ago there through Zico, whose shot from close range was blocked. Ashore on the ball. Floated in, but blocked. New Zealand are getting a lot of blocks. So they're getting themselves in front of the ball really well in this game. Doing a very, very good job of just closing down Egypt's players when they get into attacking positions. Can they keep it up? Can they maintain this? Long way to go. Still over half an hour of football to be played. Egypt committing a lot of numbers forward now as they continue to chase this equaliser. Salah outside of the boot. There's a nice sort of like trajectory on the cross, but just a little bit too close to Max Crocombe in goals. And again, Egypt are just going to need a little bit more quality to unlock this stubborn All Whites defence. It has been a very, very stubborn defence. They've been making the blocks. They've been closing the spaces. They've been defending well. The organisation has been good from New Zealand after almost an hour of football. So can New Zealand just keep this up for another... Well, they've got over half an hour still to play. So changes might be crucial here for New Zealand as well. What does Darren Bazley do to try and... Not only try and help defend this lead, but also maybe he'll make some tactical changes to give his side a chance. Oh, it's in! Egypt have scored! It's Zico! Egypt equalised. It felt like it was coming. A great cross, a great header, and Zico, who had a great opportunity about 5 minutes ago, denied by the block. He rose highest for the header. Wow. Incredible. Brilliant goal by Egypt, says Coral. New Zealand, who have defended so well for almost an hour, have finally conceded. It was coming. Good delivery in from the right-hand side. It's just poor defending. Zico is allowed a free header. Max Crocombe will be disappointed that he wasn't able to keep that out. It was pretty close to the goalkeeper, but I tell you what, credit to Zico for getting that amount of power on the ball, because it meant that Crocombe was just unable to flap it away with that left palm. And Zico pulls Egypt back into this match now. I mean, again, more poor defending. We saw it in the first half. Egypt, poor defending from the corner as New Zealand scored. And this time around, at that same end of the pitch as well, the same goal. New Zealand, who have been so good defensively so far, well, they just fell asleep at that moment because Zico, completely free header from open play. Just, you can't, again, in a World Cup, you can't afford to defend like that. Egypt are in again here. It's Salah's in the box. Cleared away by Bell for Wood. So how did New Zealand respond? They've got a ball through for McCowart, who's trying to get onto it. Callum McCowart has 3 defenders against him. He's won the throw impressively. An hour of football played in Vancouver. It's New Zealand 1 and Egypt 1. Egypt finally find their goal. And now anything can happen in this game. But folks, as it stands, New Zealand still are top of the group, even with this result. But it would be yet another draw in Group G. Anything can happen. And again, from an Australian point of view, that surely looked like a handball. Boxall's gone down hurt, but that looked like a clear handball, man. Another call that maybe he's missed there from a New Zealand point of view. But yeah, from an Australian point of view, we are obviously particularly interested in this game and in this group because Australia, a win or a draw in match day 3 will secure second place in their group, and that'll mean that Australia will play the second place team in this group. It could be New Zealand, it could be Egypt. It could also be either Iran or Belgium. How is that not a handball, says Tangiers? It looked pretty clear. It looked pretty clear, didn't it? Yeah, there's been a few calls that have not been whistled. Interesting question. Panda Plan, welcome to the live chat, man. Thanks for joining us here today. As the whistle's been blown, I missed that collision in the box. Chris Wood is down. Arabia's down as well for Egypt. Both players back to their feet now. I just want to see this replay because I missed that for a second. So the ball was floated in. It was like before. It was before the ball was even crossed in. There was a little collision in the box. But it's a good question, Panda Plane, who asks, who would you rather go against as Australia? From an Australian point of view, I tell you what, probably New Zealand. Yeah, even if New Zealand again have like a really good group, continue to have a really good group stage here, even if they get a good result against Belgium and they finish second in the end and meet Australia, I think I'd like to play New Zealand. Australia and New Zealand played in a too much friendly series last year. I know those were friendlies, but they were very competitive matches. Australia won both games. I think Australia are capable of beating New Zealand. We know New Zealand pretty well, whereas I would be a little bit more nervous playing one of the other 3 sides. As an Australian, I would want to avoid Belgium for sure. Egypt and Iran, I think Australia are capable of winning those games, but it feels a little bit more tricky. Whereas New Zealand, we've played them recently. We played them last year twice. And I would back Australia to win that game. Nothing against New Zealand. I do really rate New Zealand very highly. But from an Australian point of view, if I had to pick one of these Group G teams to play, it would be New Zealand. Again, so many good players in this New Zealand team. But I would pick New Zealand. Tell me, I don't mind either Iran or New Zealand. And it's really exciting because it could be anyone. Heading into the final group stage, match day, in Group G, it could finish in any order, really, at this stage. So, yeah, man. Michael says, what happens? What happens in the group if everyone draws? Well, like, it'll go to goals for, right? If someone correct me if I'm mistaken, it's going to goals for, and like literally as it stands now, everyone is still drawn. Everyone is still drawn, but at the moment, New Zealand lead because they have scored the most goals. New Zealand have scored 3 goals now. No one in this group has scored more than 3 goals, aside from New Zealand. So New Zealand would be ahead on goals for. Someone correct me if I'm mistaken there. As we know at this World Cup, the head-to-head goes ahead of goal difference. But obviously, if everyone draws, head-to-head doesn't matter. So it's goals for. Ravenous Aardvark is goals for, and then discipline. Steve says, I don't think Australia can beat Iran, but other than that, I pick Australia to win. Tarnley says, will Belgium turn up for New Zealand last game? They have to. They have to. Belgium have to show up next week against New Zealand. Belgium have been pretty underwhelming so far. 2 draws, and we know they can be better. So it's important for New Zealand to get a result out of this game, just to make sure that they give themselves a real chance to get through the knockout stage, because that Belgium game is going to be tough. Substitution for New Zealand, first one of the game for them. Ben Old, who plays his club football in France. Ben Old is on to replace Callum McCowart. Sensible substitution, I think, for Darren Baisley. McCowart was on a yellow card. Here comes Egypt. It's Marmoush in the box. Joe Bell does well. New Zealand deal with it. So, Elijah Just on the ball. Great dribble. Just got the pass wrong, though. Tim Payne swings in across towards Wood. Great claim by the goalkeeper. So, this has been a good game to watch. Again, from a neutral point of view, New Zealand's games so far have been fun to watch. Because they really go for it, man. They really do. When they're on the ball, they do look dangerous going forward. Like, that was a good run by Elijah Just a moment ago. It feels like they can really cause something in attack. Ben Old's going to get to... Oh, he's been pushed over there. Is that a free kick? Ben Old's gone down hurt. We're playing on. Even though Ben Old is flat on the turf and we're playing on. Well, the referee hasn't stopped. What's going on? Ben Old's flat on the turf and we're playing on, even though the ball was out of play. New Zealand are going to be furious if this ends in a goal. This is Salah. Salah scored! Oh! This is ridiculous. Egypt lead. It's 2-1. Ben Old was flat on the turf. The ball was out of play. The game needs to be stopped. Egypt have gone and scored. New Zealand players protesting to the referee. Egypt have scored. It's Salah. And Group G has just been flipped on its head. Wow. Ravenous Aardvark in the live chat says New Zealand have been robbed there. Oh my goodness. I mean, what do you guys make of this? Ben Old was down. Ben Old was down and hurt. The play had stopped. The ball was out of play. And Ben Old was down injured. He hadn't gotten to his feet at all. He was lying on the turf. New Zealand were protesting even as the throw-in was taken. New Zealand's players were protesting here. But Egypt has just gone from one end of the pitch to the other. Darren Baisley, who's on the camera right now, just shaking his head. Egypt have gone from one end of the field to the other. And have scored. Wow. Dude, if that was Socceroos, if that was Australia, I would feel incredibly frustrated about that. Ben Olds has had to come to the sidelines. He was obviously down injured. He's had to come to the sidelines even though play wasn't even stopped for his injury. So, incredible, man. Incredible. This game has been flipped on its head. Group G has been flipped on its head. New Zealand are trailing now. 2-1, Egypt lead. A great turnaround by Egypt in the second half. And I'll tell you what, you can't allow Mo Salah that time in the box. He has finished superbly. And he's given his side the lead. And now what happens from here? We are entering uncharted territory in this contest. This has really flipped the group on its head. Group G now looks completely different. New Zealand was set to top this group. I can tell you right now, it has literally flipped the group. New Zealand are now bottom. New Zealand, before that goal, a few moments ago, New Zealand were top of the group. With Mo Salah's goal, it has sent Egypt from 4th to 1st and New Zealand from 1st to 4th. Chaos in Group G. Chaos. $20 to go. 20 minutes plus stoppage time as Ben Old is finally allowed to return to the field of play. I mean, if you're Ben Old, you're probably feeling very frustrated. He's only just come on as a substitute. He clearly hurt himself just prior to Egypt's goal. Play was not halted. And New Zealand, who played Belgium in matchday 3, all of a sudden, this is looking very difficult now for New Zealand. 20 minutes plus stoppage time. And dude, Egypt are in control of this game now, man. New Zealand haven't been as threatening as they were in the first half. Dude, we haven't even had the hydration break in the second half. We should have had it. You'd imagine we'll have it in a moment. Egypt, could they be on the way for a third? Ball across looking for Salah in the box. New Zealand just scrambling in defence now. Ben Old hacks it clear. Here come Egypt once more. A short on the ball for Salah. Salah finds it across for Zico, who's gone down. Well, no free kick there. I thought that might have been given. A lot of fouls seemingly not being looked at. So Ben Old, forward for New Zealand. Singh can't get the return ball away. New Zealand have to go for it here. I'm sorry, they have to. I know Belgium have only gotten 2 draws so far to their group stage games, but it's going to be a massive task for New Zealand to get a result against Belgium. New Zealand need a point out of this game to take them top of the group. Tangies is asking the question, where's the drinks break? Well, we've finally got it. Here we go, finally. Goodness me, we've only got 18 minutes to go in regular time, and finally the drinks break in the second half. Oh my goodness. This is quite incredible. This is quite incredible, folks. We are witnessing one of the more dramatic games of this World Cup. I mean, we've had plenty of dramatic games in this tournament, but wow, dude. Egypt 2, New Zealand 1. New Zealand were looking good. Let's take a look at the match stats on FightMob. How's it looking? Because Egypt have been in control for most of the second half now. Possession stats, 60% to Egypt, 40 to New Zealand. And yeah, shot stats have flipped, man. New Zealand, 9 shots, 4 on target. Egypt, 15 shots now. Just the 4 on target still. So same shots on target for both teams, 4 each. But yeah, Egypt, 15 shots total at goal. So they are the halftime break seemingly has really helped Egypt. They've clearly had a productive discussion at halftime, and they've turned this game around. A lot of comments surrounding the referee in the live chat. I mean, yeah, there was some Australian point of view, we weren't happy with some of the decisions in that USA game, Australia-USA game. And yeah, if you're a New Zealand fan, you might be feeling pretty hard done by some of the calls here. Yeah, Michael says it in the live chat a moment ago, says, I want to see replay of Old getting tackled. Same, yeah. They didn't really show us a replay. So, because it looked like he was pushed over or something, right? Wasn't it Ben Old? He was pushed over or something. And, I mean, he was down on the floor and the ball was out of play. So you think the referee usually stops play in that scenario? It's quite incredible. Quite incredible how it was just allowed to go on and Egypt score. Incredible stuff. Really dramatic scenes in Vancouver. Yeah, we're not even getting a chance to see the replays, unfortunately. So New Zealand are up against it here now. This is a really crucial hydration break for New Zealand. Their players are already back on the field of play, ready to go. Egypt is still in their huddle, having their drinks break. So for New Zealand, how do they get themselves back into this game? They've only had 2 shots at goal in the second half. Egypt have had 9 in the second half. Salah right now is the hero for Egypt. He's grabbed that goal to put Egypt in front. Couple changes on the way for Egypt. Trezeguet coming on. Changes for New Zealand as well. Ryan Thomas and Jesse Randall seem to be coming on. So Ryan Thomas on for Sarpreet Singh. Liberato Kakache coming off as well. He's being replaced by Jesse Randall. That will most likely see Ben Old shift to left back. Jesse Randall is coming off a good season in the A-League with Auckland FC. Jesse Randall securing a move to Scotland, Dundee United. So, substitutions made by both teams. How will that change the game for the remainder of this contest? Zico, who scored Egypt's first goal, he has come off the field of play as well. So a throw in to get us back underway. It's felt like quite a lengthy drinks break. I know we had the substitution as well, but play's been stopped here for at least 4 minutes. So we should have a substantial amount of time added on at the end of the 90 minutes. So New Zealand, they got to get themselves on the ball. They got to try and get something happening moving forward. Stamenic, seemingly challenged as he went to release that pass. New Zealand clearly looking to apply a whole lot more pressure on the ball. Chris Wood taken out of it. It's a strong challenge. A real sort of intensity now about this game. We often see this. I've noticed, like after that second half drinks break, the final 20 minutes, the intensity just kicks up another notch. Sure, a judge to have fouled Ben Old there. But yeah, there seems to, from both teams, there generally seems to be a real sort of increase in intensity after that second hydration break. The players get a breather, get some water, and build for this final stage of the game where New Zealand now, who at this stage, it's quite incredible, isn't it, folks? I mean, it's the beauty of tournament football, of the group stages. It's incredible. Before that goal for Egypt, New Zealand were top of the group. Well, now they are bottom of the group. Swapping places with Egypt. It's just unreal. Absolutely incredible. And New Zealand, I mean, if they can equalize here, if they can get a goal back, they go back to top of the group. It's just incredible, isn't it? And it may well prove the difference. in regards to where you are placed in the group. It may well prove the difference in regards to who goes through to the knockout stage. If New Zealand can just get an equaliser here, it will be enormous. It will feel like a win, I think, because it'll send them top of the group. Payne's delivery from the free kick in towards Wood. Good defensive header. Play goes down for Egypt. Chris Wood really competing for that ball in the air. Steve is reckons that it will end 2-2. We're going to need a bit more quality from New Zealand in the final third. Again, like the first half was very good from New Zealand. The second half just they haven't been able to match it. So it feels like that the scoreline is maybe a true reflection of how the game has played out. New Zealand were, for me, the better side in that first half, but Egypt have been much more dominant in the second period. So Egypt, another goal, could seal it from this stage. So how do Egypt approach the final stages of this game? Do they try to just look to defend? It looks like they're pretty eager to get another goal. Salah on the ball. Goes short for a Shaw. He crosses in. Headed away, but still on for Egypt. Good chance in the box. It's a curling effort, but it's straight at Max Crocombe. Panda Plan says it in the live chat. It says it's not like this is a surprise. We knew Salah would do this. I mean, it was always, we said at halftime, hey, like, even though New Zealand had that lead at the break, with players like Mo Salah on the field for Egypt, there was always the threat. There was always, they can just turn the game in an instant, and that is what Salah has done. He's on the ball again. Salah, the give and go with a shot, and the shot is blocked away for a corner. And Mo Salah, as we're talking about him, is looking really up for it now. He's looking to lead his side to victory here. And as you guys have informed me in the live chat, I wasn't aware of Egypt maybe on the precipice here of winning their first ever World Cup game. So corner on the way for Egypt. Salah to deliver. Another goal for Egypt at this late stage in the contest would probably seal it. Salah's outswinging delivery towards that near post. It's in. Egypt score. Trezeguet. Instant impact off the bench for Trezeguet. It's Egypt with a 3-1 lead. And it is really, really slipping away now for New Zealand. 3-1. This set piece was not defended. It's an assist from Mo Salah. It's the substitute, Trezeguet, with a great header at the near post. It's 3-1. Incredible. Coral says it's over. Feel bad for New Zealand, says Coral. Yeah, you can't help but feel sorry for them. They worked so hard in that first half. They had the lead. It's poor defending. It is poor defending. Trezeguet just able to dive in the near post and head it home. And it's a devastating blow because it's just about finished this result up. What a comeback, says Verdant. That's right, man. Good to see you here once again. It's a tremendous comeback. Egypt, who were underwhelming in the first half, they have turned it around in the second period. And they now lead 3-1 and will rise straight to the top of this group. In a group where it's been all draws so far, Egypt are flying to the very top of this group. And Egypt, their final group stage game is against Iran. After this result, Egypt are going to back themselves to get a good result against Iran. There is a good chance that Egypt top the group. And you know what that means for Australia, folks. Belgium in the round of 32, perhaps. Perhaps. We shall see. New Zealand, unfortunately, are just collapsing here at the end. It's a header on target. It's so close. Free kick given away to New Zealand. Wow, dude. Oh, boy. It's been a tremendous comeback from Egypt. Credit to them. They have been very, very good in the second half. New Zealand just haven't been at the same level. Egypt's making another couple changes here. Their final subs for the day. Mo Salah's leaving the field of play, being applauded by the fans in the stadium. Salah, a goal and an assist. Did he assist the first one as well? He definitely assisted that third one. But he's had a great game overall, Mo Salah. I mean, just a world-class player, as we know. It's the goal and the assist. It was Mustafa Zico, who got the another goal and an assist as well, in fact. So final subs for Egypt. New Zealand are preparing their final changes of the game, and this is very interesting for New Zealand. New Zealand, who are in desperately need to chase this game, are bringing on 2 defenders. Up the port, says Tangiers. That's right. That's right. They've got plenty of Auckland players in this squad, and 2 of them coming on now in... well, sorry, not 2 of them. Tyler Bindon plays his football over in England, but Francis de Vries, left back of Auckland FC, he's coming on. So interestingly, Tim Payne and Elijah Just are the players coming off. De Vries and Bindon on. That would probably see Ben Old step up once again to a wide winger position, whereas De Vries will come on at left back. And Tim Payne's had a good game, man. He has had a good game. He provided the assist for New Zealand's goal off the corner. Tyler Bindon is on at right back to replace Payne. Unfortunately, it is just Payne for New Zealand today in the second half in particular. Trailing 3-1. Bindon. Oh, that ball's gotten through here. Here's a chance for New Zealand. Randall's in behind. It's bounced up, but unable to stay in play. But a rare moment getting in behind in the second half for New Zealand. Nice ball in behind. Randall looking to make an instant impact. But it may well be too little too late. Egypt are looking good now. And they are not too far away from securing their first victory at the World Cup. Bindon wins the throw-in. There is not much time. New Zealand have to score now, essentially, to give themselves hope of getting a point out of this game. This has been devastating. I mean, the camera's been on head coach Darren Baisley on a couple of occasions, and he just looks devastated, to be honest. He's just staring blankly out onto the field and wondering where it's gone wrong for his team here. New Zealand were in a dream position at halftime. A 1-goal lead. They were winning at the break. And less than 45 minutes later, New Zealand see themselves trailing 3-1. Boxall's long throw. Great long throw too. Joe Bell swinging it back into a Sermon. Here's a good chance for New Zealand. Stamage can't get the shot. Still forward they come. This is desperate times for the All Whites. They have to go for it. They have to score. Randall can't get himself on the header. That will be a throw-in to New Zealand, and I expect Michael Boxall to send in another long one. "18 attempts at goal for Egypt, according to the broadcast. 6 on target. New Zealand, 9 at goal, just the 4 on target now. Long throw goes up in the air. It's going to be a corner. It's going to be a corner for New Zealand. Dude, admirable first half from New Zealand. They were looking good. But really concerning how New Zealand have fallen away in the second half. Egypt have shown their quality. Mo Salah leading the way. New Zealand simply have to score from this corner now. A lot of jostling for position going on in the penalty area right now. Francis de Vries, a good deliverer of a set piece. The corner's dangerous. Away it comes, and Egypt can bring it clear. They're away on the break. Benholder's there to clean up, though, in defence. Tarnley, member of the channel here, Tarnley says, at this point, I'm hoping for Iran to face Australia. I mean, yeah, like still even at this stage, it could really be anyone. It could still be New Zealand, couldn't it? But there is a good chance now that Egypt top this group. That, Australia, if we do indeed secure second place in the group, all eyes will be on Group G here to see how it plays out and who Australia could be facing in the knockout phase. But of course, Australia still have to get a result against Paraguay later this week. You'd imagine I would be expecting at least 5 minutes added on here. I think there could be at least 5, probably more, of time added on here. That hydration break felt like it went on a bit longer than usual. Had 3 goals in the second half as well, a number of substitutions. Should be well over 5 minutes of time added on. Jesse Randall looking to utilise his pace. He's doing well here, Randall. This is a great run. Oh, he's been bundled off the ball. And it's no free kick again. No free kick for New Zealand. Great run from Randall. Using his pace, he's such a great direct runner. 7 minutes added on. That feels about right. That feels about right. 7 minutes for New Zealand to find a miracle out of somewhere here. It would be a miracle if they were to come back with 2 goals. There's not a whole lot of time. Egypt dropping deep now, looking to secure this victory. Brilliant second half comeback from Egypt, led by their captain Mo Salah. New Zealand committing many players forward now. Joe Bell, his pass is cut off. Egypt, much better defensively in the second half as well, we should say. Good in attack, but defensively, I mean, New Zealand have only had a couple shots, really, in this second half. They haven't created as much as they did in the first. Ryan Thomas has it on the wing. Thomas crosses. A bit too close to the keeper. Not too far away for Wood. De Vries on the ball. He works it backwards. A minute has already expired of added time. Stamenic hangs it up towards Bindon. Goalkeeper didn't claim it. Free kick given though. Free kick goes the way of Egypt. So for New Zealand, it's slipping away now. And they are going to enter the final group stage game against Belgium, bottom of the group, and needing a result. And really needing a result here. This has been a really entertaining game to watch from a neutral point of view. It's been a very enjoyable watch indeed. Make sure to join us live tomorrow. We are going to be live for Norway-Senegal. Should be a great game. And we will be live in a couple of days' time. You can check. Oh, here's a chance for Egypt. They're in again. Egypt to seal it. Great save. Crocombe. Desperation. Great save. Egypt were almost in for number 4. Max Crocombe denying the goal. Benold, nice give and go with Wood. Bell for Bindon. Tyler Bindon has been bright since coming off the bench late on. Benold, that's got to be a corner, surely. Another corner on the way. New Zealand looking to get another goal on the board. What a save by Crocombe, says Tangies. Great indeed. Absolutely fantastic. He was so desperate to deny that one. Didn't want to let Egypt get a 4th. But yep, check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss our live streams. We've got another couple on the way this week. De Vries's delivery is deep. Bindon heads it back in. Away it comes. It's still there, though. Here's a chance for New Zealand, surely. Can't direct it goalwards. Well done, Egypt. Scramble it clear. Desperation for both sides. And play's been stopped because there's a player for Egypt who is down and hurt in the box. Wow, dude. I'm just like, this game has been a roller coaster, hasn't it? Just the way it's just flipped. New Zealand have been involved in some really dramatic games already at this World Cup. 2-2 draw with Iran in match day 1. We're on track for a 3-1 win for Egypt now over New Zealand. And play's being halted here as one of Egypt's players are currently receiving treatment. Wow. So we may well have a few more minutes added on. They're showing us those replays of Crocom's block, denying that goal. Great work from Max Crocom. Plays his club football with Millwall in England's 2nd division. It's been a big day of football, of course. This is the final game of the match day. Earlier today, Spain with a big 4-0 win over Saudi Arabia. Uruguay 2, Cape Verde 2. And for the Group G matches today, Belgium 0, Iran 0. Belgium with a red card in that game. So as it stands, as we are ticking away the minutes here at the end of this contest, the way Group G is shaping up now is that Egypt are top of the group with 4 points. 2 points each for Iran and Belgium. Iran are ahead of Belgium on goals for. So Belgium currently 3rd in the group. New Zealand, bottom of the group right now. Bottom of the group with just 1 point. Just 1 point for New Zealand. And they play Belgium in their final game. So it's going to be very, very interesting. It may well come down to goal difference, especially with all the draws. I mean, Belgium is still a chance to finish top of the group. If Belgium can beat New Zealand, they could finish top of the group, but they'll need a win. They will need a win. If Belgium draw with New Zealand, they might finish 2nd, but we'll see how Iran go with Egypt. Like the simultaneous kickoff between these two teams later in the week is going to be quite entertaining, I'm sure. So this is quite a substantial break in play here. We've almost, injury time has almost expired, and hopefully the defender for Egypt is okay. He's back on his feet and has had to go off the field of play. And it's been at least 2 or 3 minutes there, hasn't it? So we're going to have a bit more football to be played in Vancouver. Not long to go, but there will still be a few minutes added on, surely, at the end of this game. Really appreciate you guys joining us for this live watch along, man. It has been an entertaining game to watch. From a neutral point of view, at least. I'm sure it's a bit devastating if you're an All Whites fan. Hit that like button if you haven't done so already. You can also check out the channel memberships for our exclusive members-only live streams and videos. De Vries closed down, but New Zealand with some throw-in opportunities to finish the game. De Vries to send in the long throw. Desperation time. It's a good throw. It's cleared away. Stamenic back in. Oh, what a chance. It's almost in. Almost deflected goalwards. In fact, it was, but it was a great save. And Egypt are flying away on the counter. Good forward pass. That's going to be a goal kick in the end. Egypt unable to capitalise with that counter-attack. And, I mean, who knows how long we have to play now. What a chance that was for New Zealand, dude. Bindon almost scoring. Well, Egypt able to make one more substitution here at the end of the game. And we've had it. There should be at least another 3 minutes, I think, added on. We may well tick over into 100 minutes of football at this rate, because there has been a lot of the stoppage time hasn't actually been played with the ball in play. Egypt are still looking pretty keen on the counter-attack, man. They're committing numbers forward, looking for another. It's at the wrong end of the field for New Zealand. They're certainly not done at this tournament, New Zealand, but it means they've got a very difficult task in their final group stage game against Belgium. Not too long ago, we were working the equations, looking at the scenarios. There was a possible scenario in which Australia play New Zealand in the round of 32. Well, it's looking increasingly unlikely at this stage. Bindon goes long, looking for Wood. Cleared away. Egypt have been a whole lot better in the second half, that's for sure. They deserve the victory in the end. Mo Salah, the star for Egypt today, a goal and assist. Zico as well with the goal and assist. Egypt are now in control of the ball and looking for goal number 4. As we now tick into, we've played over 100 minutes now. The clock has ticked over 100 minutes. Really appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be live tomorrow for Norway, Senegal, so make sure to hang out with us there for that one. Full-time whistle blown. It's all over. And a truly dramatic game finishes Egypt 3, New Zealand 1. A scoreline that looked very different at halftime. New Zealand with the lead at the break. A 1-goal lead. But a sensational second half comeback from Egypt, led by captain Mo Salah, has sent Egypt top of the group. It was a good game indeed, Coral. Banger of a match, says Vedant. Oh my goodness. I'm a little bit stunned, to be honest. I'm a little bit stunned. I mean, the way that New Zealand were playing in that first half, that was so impressive. New Zealand had more efforts than Egypt in that first half. And defensively, they were very good. And you thought, man, New Zealand, they're here to compete. They're here to play. But that second half comeback from Egypt was just incredible. The way they just kept pushing and finally made that breakthrough. And it felt like, I tell you what, it felt like once Egypt finally got that goal, they just controlled the momentum from there. They controlled the game from there, and Salah getting that second goal. Look, a little bit of controversy around that second goal, especially for Egypt. There was a moment there where Ben Old was down, injured on the floor, and the ball was out of play, and you would usually expect play to be stopped there, but play was allowed to continue, and Egypt managed to go from one end of the field to the other and score. And a third goal to seal it for Egypt. Great scenes for Egypt. A historic day for them, winning at the World Cup. And they deserve it in the end. You look at the game overall, while New Zealand probably were the better side in that first half, Egypt completely outplayed New Zealand in the second half. Let's take a look at the stats, actually, after that, because it's going to be interesting analysis, that's for sure. Dante Drake says, congratulations, Egypt, winning this match. They do deserve it. I do think so. Stats, according to FOTMob, so Egypt finishing the game with 56% possession. Possession in the end was pretty even. In that second half, Egypt did certainly control large chunks of the game. New Zealand ended the game with 12 shots at goal, 5 on target. Egypt, 19 shots, 7 on target. So you can see there the shot stats favouring Egypt. New Zealand were really pushing there at the end, but yeah, the first half was noticeably better for New Zealand, and they considerably dropped off in the second, unfortunately. Which I don't know what you could put that down to. I mean, maybe it's just Egypt's quality, just persevering in the end. When you got players like Marmoush and Salah, like Zico on the right was great. These players eventually going to push through. Hey, yeah. Crocombe had a decent game, says Tangiers. But yeah, he made some good saves. I mean, that one at the end was great. He probably will be disappointed with that first goal that Egypt scored, the header from Zico. It was the ball was directed pretty close to him, and he did get a hand to it. He got a fingertip to it, but it just sort of slipped through. It was the power on the header from Zico. But Crocombe will be disappointed with himself in that instance. Once the floodgates opened, they did, yeah. Tangi is also saying, I think the shock of New Zealand scoring first held Egypt back a bit, and then once the floodgates opened, they did. Yeah, Egypt seemed to be a little bit stunned. I think, New Zealand getting that goal after just 15 minutes, great goal. It was poor defending from Egypt and Finn Sermon. What a moment for New Zealand. They took the lead, but the response in the second half after trailing there was great from Egypt. And that's going to give them a whole lot of confidence now. They've got Iran in the next game. That's going to be an interesting game to watch. I think that will be a close game. But Egypt are going to take some confidence into that game now and are looking pretty likely to get through to the knockout stage now, Egypt, and they'll back themselves. They really will back themselves throughout the rest of this tournament, I think, after this comeback result here. This comeback result. Ethan said New Zealand had to get the second. Yep, that second goal. Yeah, they needed it. We were talking about that at half time, like the 1-goal lead, but we were saying, aware of the abilities of Salah, of Marmoush, so many good attacking players there for Egypt. It felt like they were going to need that second goal. And I'll tell you what, if New Zealand had scored first in that second half, like if they'd gone up 2-0, that might have been enough for them to hold on in the end, and the game might have looked very different. But the problem is in that second half, especially early on in that second half, just New Zealand just like weren't able to get anything really happening going forward. Yeah. Pardon me. Tan Lee in the live chat. Remember the channel, Tan Lee? Feel free to check out the memberships if you're interested, everyone. Tan Lee says PSG interested in Alessandro Ciccardi. I did see this. Yeah, there's some word on social media that Ciccardi. I mean, he's been linked in the last couple of weeks. He's been linked to a number of clubs. There was links with Atletico Madrid, links to the English Premier League, and now reportedly PSG linked with Alessandro Ciccardi, which would be absolutely phenomenal. Ciccardi, I mean, he's already playing at a great level at Parma in Serie A, but we know PSG, one of the top clubs in world football. So that would be huge. That would be huge. It is a huge story, that's for sure. One day in the end for Egypt. What a great first half performance from New Zealand, but they'll be so disappointed how that fizzled out in the second period. An Aussie at PSG, that is huge, says Tangiers. It is phenomenal, yeah. And he's not the only one. There's obviously been a number of Aussies linked with some big moves. There was some reports in the media that Lucas Harrington linked with a move to Barcelona, of all clubs. So, and I'm sure there'll be more Aussies. I mean, if Australia can continue to have a good tournament and progress to the knockout stage, I could see a number of Aussie players getting linked to some big moves. Australia have so many top young talented players in their squad, as do New Zealand. I mean, they've got a few players who have secured moves overseas. Jesse Randall's on his way to Dundee United next season. They've got a number of good young players playing at a decent level overseas. I think they can be proud of their first half effort today, New Zealand, but second half they just weren't able to match it with Egypt. Tell you what, it's going to be very interesting seeing New Zealand's game against Belgium on the weekend. Later this week, we may well be doing a live watch along for that one, actually. Let me check out what time that is. So it's Saturday here in Australia and New Zealand. It'll be Saturday. We'll probably be doing a live watch along for that one, folks. Actually, later this week, we will be doing a live watch along for that simultaneous kickoff. It's New Zealand, Belgium, Egypt, Iran. That is one of our scheduled live streams later in the week. So join us for that one. Before that, of course, though, we are going to be live tomorrow for Norway, Senegal. So we'd love for you to join us for that. And then live in a couple of days' time for Colombia, DR Congo. Check out the channel for all our scheduled live streams. Ethan says, loving the streams. Keep it up, mate. Ethan, thanks, man. Appreciate that. Glad you've been enjoying it. And this has been very fun today. It's been great to see many familiar faces, familiar names in the chat, but some new ones as well joining us. Manuel says, very bright future for the Socceroos. Round of 16 would be a fantastic result for the Socceroos. Yes, it would. That would be huge. If Australia can win, if we get to the round of 16, I think it's been a successful tournament. I mean, considering that, like, obviously for Australia to get to the round of 16, it would mean winning in the round of 32, and to win our first knockout stage game would be huge. It would be huge for Australia. So yeah, man, if Australia gets to the round of 16, I know we were there before, but obviously this tournament's different. Having to go through the round of 32. And Ethan also earlier said, I'm sad I wanted Australia versus New Zealand in the round of 32. I mean, it's still a chance, isn't it? But maybe a slim chance at this rate. I mean, for that to happen, right? So, because New Zealand are bottom of the group, New Zealand are going to need... Well, they're going to need a win, aren't they? Am I right? Like a draw wouldn't be enough. Even regardless of how that other game goes. New Zealand are currently bottom of the group. Egypt are top with 4 points. Iran and Belgium are level on 2 points. Iran are just ahead on goals 4. And yeah, New Zealand bottom of the group with 1 point. So a draw isn't going to help. A draw wouldn't take New Zealand to second place. Would a draw... I'm trying to run the maths in my head. A draw could take New Zealand to third place if Iran lose by a few goals, I think. By at least 2 goals. So, yeah, goal difference is going to play a big factor in this group as well. So, essentially, New Zealand need a win. New Zealand need a win if they're going to finish second, at least. Against Belgium. I mean that would be an ultimate upset. Hey, wouldn't it? Tangiers says, thanks, Lockie. Up the Socceroos. See you next time. Thanks for joining us. Tangiers, enjoy the rest of your day, man. The manual also says in 4 years' time, target quarterfinals. Dude, with this Socceroos team, with the quality we have, and considering how young these players are, and they're just going to get better, we'll see how we go. But quarterfinals, man, in 4 years' time. Yeah. Coral says, good luck to Australia. Loving your streams as well. Keep up the good work. Coral, thanks very much. Great to see you joining us once again. Always cool to see your name pop up in the live streams. So, today... it's ended in a 3-1 victory for Egypt over New Zealand. What a second half comeback from Egypt. Absolutely sensational. And for New Zealand, I'm devastated for them, especially after leading in the first half and seeing them just slip away in the second half. It's just devastating for New Zealand. So recapping the results from today, folks, and we'll look ahead at tomorrow's matches as well. So today, Spain 4, Saudi Arabia 0. That is a big win for Spain. And they needed it too, because we know they had that scoreless draw with Cape Verde in match day 1. Belgium 0, Iran 0. Those are the 2 other teams from this group. And yeah, another pretty surprising result, I think, to be fair there. I think a lot of people are expecting Belgium to win, but Belgium, just 2 consecutive draws in this tournament so far. Belgium, New Zealand coming up later in the week. Earlier today as well, Uruguay 2, Cape Verde 2. Cape Verde is standing out as one of the surprise packages of this tournament. Draws against Spain and Uruguay, very impressive. Very, very impressive. And then, of course, the day is finished off with Egypt defeating New Zealand 3-1. Member of the channel, Timely, says, we should move on from Popovic after the Asian Cup. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how this tournament goes. Hopefully Australia do make it through the knockout stage. And we'll see how the Asian Cup goes. I think it depends on how the Asian Cup goes for Australia. The Asian Cup is obviously a tournament that Australia, really are looking to have a successful run at, as always. And yeah, I think depending on our performance at the Asian Cup, that I think will determine whether we continue with Popovic. But as Tanli says here, we should move on from Popovic after the Asian Cup. Yeah, I mean, I'm holding my judgment for now, personally. I think we'll wait and see. I mean, who knows? Australia could still have a really good run at this tournament. Like, if Australia get through to the round of 16, I think that's a pretty good run for Tony Popovic. Tomorrow's games, huge games tomorrow. It starts off with Argentina-Austria. Argentina are looking in really good form after that impressive victory last week against Algeria. Lionel Messi hat-trick last week. Can he get some more goals against Austria? After that, France play Iraq. Of course, former Australia head coach Graham Arnold in charge of Iraq. They are needing a result against France. Huge underdogs in that game. France, obviously, one of the favourites to win this whole thing. We will be live as well tomorrow for Norway-Senegal. So join us tomorrow, Norway-Senegal. We will be live on the channel for the watch-along. And then to finish off tomorrow, this should be an interesting game. Jordan-Algeria. Jordan taking on Algeria. That'll be very fascinating because you've got two teams there who would love a win. They both lost in match day 1. Argentina and Austria leading Group J at the moment. So Jordan and Algeria both needing a win, and they play each other. So one of those teams could be out of the tournament tomorrow. So some big matches on the way. We will be live tomorrow for Norway-Senegal, though. Check out the channel for our live stream schedule. Stay subscribed. Consider checking out the memberships if you want to support the channel as well. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us here. Steve, Tan Lee, Ethan, Cole, Tangiers, Manuel. So many folks joining us in the chat today. Thanks, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Norway-Senegal. Enjoy the rest of your day or evening, wherever you're tuning in from. My name's Lockie. See you the next one.